Am I audible? Is my voice is coming?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first of all, I am sharing the screen here. If the visible to everyone, kindly inform me.
Not visible, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. I'm not. Wait. Is visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We will start this class from the prayer. Close your eyes and do one time chant Om, and then start the prayer. Om. Om. तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. Today we are here together to discuss the Patanjali Yoga Darshan. It is also known as Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Is my voice is a completely clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, thank you. So in the bachelor, in the master, we already studied, we already read about this darshan, about this chapter, and we all know that the importance of the Yoga Sutra in the yoga. It is not only the book, it is not only the syllabus that the pass the examination, that is the pass only for the qualify the NET and JRF. But in the also it is the granth of yoga. It is the deep and the deepest knowledge, the ocean of yoga. Okay, so after study this, after read this, we will visualize, we will notice the what is the importance of Yoga Sutra to the purpose of the qualify the NEET JRF, to the purpose of the living of life, and how to behave from the other person. Each and everything is a given, the explaining in this grantha from the very root level. Okay, so we will start from the here. The pioneer of the Yoga Darshan is the Maharshi Patanjali. Okay, and the firstly we discuss about the darshan. It is also known as darshan and sutra. The one more thing is that here we don't get confused in shloka and the sutra. In future, when will you go to the face the interview or somewhere to give in the deliver the lecture? uh, someone asked that the tell about Patanjali Yoga shloka, Patanjali shloka. So please don't get confused here. It's a tie break. In Yoga Darshan, there is a no shloka, the no verses. It is called a sutra. Sutra means a dhaga, the one complete word is the in the very concise level. It is very briefly in the written in one sutra, in one dhaga. That is why in this Yoga Darshan, the verses is called slok. Sorry, sutra, not sloka. Okay. So here the pioneer of Yoga Darshan is Maharshi Patanjali. And before the Yog Darshan is a widely translated as the philosophy of yoga, as we know that they very well. You all already studied in the first unit the six aesthetic Yog Darshan. Yog Darshan is one of them. Yog Darshan. And what is darshan? It is the derived from the drishya, which means to see. It is the related to the word drashta, meaning of seer. The main meaning of the darshan is it is the process of seeing, like jati, desh, dharm, संप्रदाय, सबको मिला के एक जो मेन पॉइंट बनता है उसको देखना. To seeing the actual the main point of to see. This is called the uh, drishta. Therefore, Yog Darshan means the process of seeing the world through yoga. Here are some famous commentaries on Yog Darshan. So, first one is the Yog Bhasya. It is the very important and the very famous one. When will you read or just wanted to know the very deep knowledge about the Yog Darshan? I must recommend, please kindly read this Yog Bhasya written by Maharshi Vyas Bhasya. The second one is Tattva Visharadi from the Vachaspati Mishra ji. Third one is Yog Vartika from Vigyan Bhikshu. And the fourth one is a Swami Vivekananda. Okay, so it's a point of examination or the some point of facing the interview. It is the little important. Kindly memorize or keep remembering this. So from where we will start about the syllabus. Yog Darshan or a Yog Sutra. How many sutras in this? Answer me. How many sutras in Yog Darshan?
195.
195. See, here is the one book that is the name called Four Chapter of Freedom, written by Swami Satyanand Saraswati ji and published from Munger, Bihar. In that book, there is a 196 sutras. Okay. In Vibhuti Path, they have mentioned 56, but don't get confused. The all types of commentaries on or any kind of sutras, there is a considered only 195. So the exam point of view, we will read the or we will notice only 195. We don't get confused 196 or 195, which one is correct. So here 195 only. How many chapters?
Four chapters, ma'am.
Yes, completely showing here the clearly no. Keep replying, huh? So there is the Yog Darshan is divided into the four chapter. In Yog Shastra or a Sanskrit Shastra, when we read the books, so the chapter is is accepted in another names like Abhyas, Prakran, or something else. So in the Yog Darshan, the chapter it is called Pad, Samadhi, Sadhan, Vibhuti, and Kaivalyapad. Okay. How many sutras in the chapter wise? In Samadhi Path, there is mentioned 51, in Sadhan Path, 55, Vibhuti Path, 55, and the Kaivalya Path, 34. So simply 51, 55, 55, 34. Samadhi, Sadhan, Vibhuti, Kaivalya. So here I have mentioned some famous topic here that is we will study in ahead in details. So in Samadhi Pad, there's a yoga. What is yoga? Answer me. What is the definition of yoga according to Yog Darshan?
Yoga chittavritti nirodha atha yoga anushasana.
Okay, the exact the definition of yoga is
Yoga
yes.
chittavritti nirodha.
Yes, only. Don't get confused. Atha yoga anusasanam anuvritti sarupya mitratra. No, no. The exact only word in one written in one thread only. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. चित्त की वृत्तियों का निरोध करना योग है. But when we'll see the according to Vyasabhas, yoga samadhi. Okay. And what is chitta? The chitta is in one word, we can say chitta is the ocean of our sanskara that is formed by our karmas. Okay. हम जो भी कर्म करते हैं उससे संस्कार बनता है, और वो संस्कार कहाँ इकट्ठा होता है? चित्त में. Okay, the ocean of our sanskaras. It can be a good, it can be a bad. Vrittis. How many types of vrittis is given here? Anyone remember?
5.
Hey, how many person here in this class? Only answering only one? There's a 5 vrittis is mentioned here. Praman, Viparya, Vikalpa, Nidra, Asmrityaya. And Vairagya and the Samapatti. See, many students get confused in the difference between Sampragyat Samadhi or Samapatti. Okay, so Samapatti and the Sampragyat Samadhi. Samapatti is the stages that comes under the Sampragyat Samadhi. Only two types of Samadhi is given here: Sampragyat Samadhi or Asampragyat Samadhi. And Samapatti is the stages that comes under to the Sampragyat Samadhi. Vitark, Vichar, Anand, Asmita. It's a part of the Sampragyat Samadhi, and the which Vitark divided into two types, Savitark and Nirvitark. Vichar is also divided into two types, Savichar and the Nirvichar. That's mentioned in the Samapati. That is why we called it is the stages of Sampragyat Samadhi. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next in the Sadhan part, the Kriya Yoga. What is Kriya Yoga?
तप स्वाध्याय ईश्वर प्रिंधान.
अगले क्वेश्चन में आप नहीं बोलेंगी. How many types of kleshas?
Panchakleshas, ma'am.
Name, please.
Praman, Viparya, Vikalpa.
Nidra, Smritiya. So what is the vritti here, huh? Avidya, Smita, Rag, Dvesha, Vinimisha, Panch Kleshas. Okay? And the Ashtanga Yoga. In the Ashtanga Yoga, Ast means art, 8, and the yoga, we all know that the 8 limbs of yoga, that also comes under the Raj Yoga. So out of the 8 limbs of yoga, this fifth is here mentioned in the sadhan part, that is called the Vahirang Sadhana. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar only. And the Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, it is called the Antarang Sadhana, that is mentioned in the Vibhuti path. And when we mix in Samadhi or a concentration while doing the Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi in one form, it is called the Sanyam and the attainment of yoga. And in the Kabbalah part, that the sources of Siddhi. Here the mentions of the how many kinds of how many types of sources we can attain the siddhi, like janma, aushadhi, mantra, tapa, etc. Okay. The influences of karmas, how many types of karma, how it works, how it संचय बनता कैसा है, इकट्ठे कैसा होता है. And the final is dharma make samadhi. Of how we can attain the dharmic samadhi and how the sadhak behave after getting this the dharmic samadhi. And the from last one is the kaivalya part. Here the yog darshan is over. Okay, after attaining the kaivalya. So here we will see in little bit in details. The definition of yoga is, tell me.
Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha.
Given in the first oblique 2. Okay. The definition of chitta is, see, there is the 3 gunas, sattva gun, rajo gun, and tamo gun. And chitta is a completely formed by these types of 3 gunas is only. Okay. When the 3 gunas is worked in the chitta, it is depend on the this guna, which kind of gun is active, which kind of guna is inactive in our chitta. The first we will start from the lower one, tamas guna. here is the some qualities of these gunas is lethargy, inaction or sleep, like uh, alas, pramad, nidra. When the person is in this stage, like very lethargy or a very lazy, all time sleeping, or a feeling like all time sleepy. So in that condition, they are as living in tamas guna. And the rajas gun is lust, anger, and the greed. When the person is like, मुझे पैसा कमाना है, अमीर बनना है, उसको धोखा देना है, उसे छीनना है, उसे झपटना है, केवल अपने बारे में सोचना है. In that condition, they are living in the rajas guna. And the first one is the Sattva guna is the starting phase of samadhi. In the completely sattva, it's a behaving like a very normal or a very kind person. हमेशा दूसरों के बारे में सोचना, always thinking to the another, or some try to help the another or the poor person. दूसरों की भलाई के बारे में सोचना. When the person is doing all these works, all these things, that means the person is living in the sattva guna. Okay, so this is the chitta, and the chit is a completely made by the three types of guna. Here is the stages of chitta. Here is the notice one thing is that the stages of chitta is a given only in, I think, the yoga bhasya. Okay, so like in the book of Gita Press Gorakhpur, in that book there is a not mention. So here is the stages of chitta here, like 5 types of chitta. How many types of chitta, stages of chitta?
5.
5. It is also called chitta ki avastha, avasthaएं chitta ki. So okay, the 5 types of vrittis, 5 types of klesas, 5 stages of chitta. Which one is Kshipta, mood, Vikshipta, Ekagra, Niruddha? Don't get confused in the sequence of this types of stages of chitta, because the frequently in the examiner asked in the examination, mostly in the UGC NEET JRF, like write in the sequence of stages of chitta. So some people in some book, already I have told you that in the 4th chapter of freedom there is a starting from the mood, or in some in another book when will you read the like starting from the mood. But no, don't get confused, it's the correct one, the starting from the Shipta. Shift, mood, Vikshipt, Ekagra, Niruddha. Okay, tell me, keep saying with me. Shift, mood, Vikshipt, Ekagra, Niruddha.
क्षिप्त मूढ़ विक्षिप्त एकाग्र निरुद्ध.
Okay, once again.
क्षिप्त मूढ़ विक्षिप्त एकाग्र निरोध.
It's a very important the examination point of view. See, the stage, what happened in the stages of chitta is that it depends in which stage of chitta and which gunas is working here. Okay, like it depend upon guna, which kind of gunas is active, which kind of gunas is inactive. When the gunas is working here in these stages, the person behave like on like all matlab, uh, like is living in the shift stages, living in the vikshipt stages. Okay, so ahead we will see also which kind of gunas is working in which stages. So vikshipt, it's a very low, shift is the very lowest, the mood is lower, and the vikshipt, there is the stages where yoga begins. Okay, and when the person reach in ekagra stages, sampragyat samadhi attains, and where the person in nirodha avastha reach the nirodha avastha, here the person, the sadhak, the practitioner, asampragyat samadhi attain. So we see the yoga and chitta and the stage of chitta. Here is the time to see the vrittis. Vritti, it is the classification of praman, viparya, vikalpa, nidra, smriti. It also two types, the positive and the negative. Viparya is also positive, negative. Vikalp is the positive, negative, also two kinds of. ठीक है? The next one is necessity of abhyas and vairagya given in 1/12. The how abhyas and vairagya, the how many types of vairagya and why vairagya is important in the yoga to attain the moksha, to attain the kaivalya. So there is a two types of basically in mentioned in yoga darshan is the apara vairagya and the para vairagya. The simple meaning of vairagya is that to cessation or the to stop those kind of things or those kind of works which making obstacle in your yoga path, which makes disturb you, which makes irritate you, or stop doing good things, or stop doing the attaining the samadhi in the path of yoga. So stop all these things. Okay, this is called vairagya. It is also two types, apara vairagya and the para vairagya. From the upper vairagya, when the sadhak reach in the very uh, deep and deeper level of the vairagya, the here from upper vairagya, the person get the sampragyat samadhi, and from the para vairagya, the practitioner get the asampragyat samadhi. Okay, is that clear?
Yes,
In
ma'am.
upper vairagya condition, which kind of samadhi practitioner attains? Please reply.
संप्रज्ञात
हाँ जी. In upper vairagya stages, which kind of samadhi practitioner attains? Please reply.
संप्रज्ञात समाधि
Okay. And in the para vairagya?
असंप्रज्ञात समाधि
Sampragyat.
Very good. So here there is the definition of samadhi, and the types of sampragyat samadhi is given in 1/17. In the next chapter, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we will see in the next slide how many types of sampragyat like a vichar, vitarka, vichar, ananda, smita, rupanugama, sampragyatah. And the past merit needed to attain asampragyat samadhi like shraddha, virya, smriti, samadhi, pragya, purvak, itaresham. All types of things is mentioned here. And the next is needed to attain asampragyat samadhi. The same thing is shraddha, virya, smriti is mentioned here 1/20. The level of yoga practitioner is also given here. That's why I told you before, it's not only the book to pass the examination point of view, but is the grantha to the way of living, which kind of person living in which stages, how to behave from the other person, or very other simple things that we can live in our life, like by following only yama niyam, or how to behave the another person in the world. There is a many kind of persons living in all around us, so from which kind of person how to behave from them, like maitri karuna mudita upekshana and so on. And in this granth there is the level of practitioner, which kind of practice is, which kind of practitioner is suitable. It is also mentioned here like a mridyu, madhya, dhimatra, the lower, middle, and the upper. And the next one, the definition of Ishvara. See, the content is given in Yoga Darshan is a very similar or very relatable to Sankhya Darshan also. But there is a one difference is that Sankhya Darshan is accept only the 25 elements, and the Yoga Darshan is accept the 26 elements. So, which one more elements is the accept here in the Yoga Darshan is Ishwar. Okay, are you getting what I am saying here?
yes ma'am
Hmm. So there is a Sankhya Darshan, they don't accept about Ishwar, they accept only Purush. That is why they considered only 25 elements. And in the Yoga Darshan, they except Ishvara also. That's why Sankhya Darshan, it is called the Nirishwarvad, and the Yog Darshan, it is called the Shisheshwarvad Darshan. Okay, so the definition of Ishvara is given in 1/24, and the attribute of Ishvara is also Klesh Karm Vipakasha Paramrisha Purush Vishesha Ishvaraha, and the name of Ishvara is mentioned in 1/27, that is also called Pranava, Om. And the next one, the result of Pranav Sadhana, the practitioner regularly practice the Omkar Sadhana, Omkar Nata. What happens? The Klesh Tanu, what happens to the practitioner is a given in 1/29, like Vyadhi, Styan, Sansay, Pramad, Alasya, Virati, Bhranti, Darshan, Arodha, Bhumikatva, Navasti, Tatvani, Chit, Vikshepaste, Antaraya. Antaraya is the main obstacles that comes from the path of yoga. Okay, obstacles in the path of yoga is a 9 types of, like it is also called Antaraya. It is given in 1/30. Here I am explaining each and the every topic in little bit here, and with the which sutras is given where. So please remember all these things, and the 195 sutras is a note more. You can memorize also. From here today, you can, yes.
If they ask that how many obstacles are there, so we should obstacles or 9 obstacles.
What?
Like if there is a question that how many obstacles are there in the path of yoga, so like total 14 obstacles or like different, like 9 or 5, like that.
No, obstacle is only 9.
Okay.
So except all this, the main obstacle is 9.
Okay.
And see, when the person get affected by the fever or the suffering from fever, so cold or a cough is added in that condition. No. So when the person is a practice yoga, the main antaraya is a 9 only. What
Okay.
5 more added in this condition in obstacles in the path of yoga, that is called Sahabuba, Vikshept Sahabuba. Okay, like I don't remind the sutras here. Swak Praswasa Vikshept Sahabuba here. So the main obstacle is a 9 only. Okay, the other obstruction is a 5. 1/31 is a given already. Okay. Like yes, dukh dormannasya में जयत्वा श्वास प्रश्वास विक्षेप सहबुबः. And the next is removal of obstacle by one pointedness, like tat pratisedat में katvaabhyasah. The another way of removal of obstacle is chit prasadanam, like maitri karuna muditopekshanam sukh dukh punya vishyanam bhavanatas chit prasadanam. And here is samapatihi, savitark, nirvitark, savichar, nirvichar. The practitioner practice on the concentrate on the gross form, and in savichara nirvichara the practitioner concentrate on subtle form. Okay, samapati is the stage of sampragyat samadhi. In that condition the person's mind is a completely becomes like a crystal. Okay, क्षण वृत्तिर विजातेश्व मनir grahit grahण ग्राह्येषु तदस्थ जनता samapatihi. Okay. And next, what happens after practice the savitark, nirvitark, savichar, nirvichara? The practitioner attains the adhyatma prasada, and after attaining the adhyatma prasada, the practitioner attains the ritambra pragya. And the stage of kaivalya here is a given 1/51. Here, the main topic is a given in samadhi pad. After some definition of kaivalya here, the first pad is over here. The sadhan path is started from the kriya yoga. Kriya yoga basically divided into three types. See, in Abhyas Vairagyavayam Tanirodha is basically from the person for like a upper level of practitioner, okay? And the Tapaswadhyaya is the practice is for the middle one, like Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishwar Pranidhanani, Kriya Yoga. And the fruits of Kriya, what happens? The practitioner practice of Kriya Yoga is given here. Klesh Tanu Karnathascha. No. Samadhi Bhavnartha Kalesh Tanu Karnathascha. Okay. So Samadhi attains and Kalesh Tanu. कलेश को तणु करना मतलब उसको क्षण करना. सो बिफोर व्हाट इज द क्षण कर किसको रहा है, वो तणु हो क्या रहा है, कलेश है क्या. So here is the given the panch klesha, the exactly cause of pain. What is the panch klesha is avidya, asmita, rag, dvesha, abhinimisha. Please repeat with me also. Avidya, asmita, rag, dvesh, abhinimis. Please repeat.
अविद्या
Then
अस्मिता राग द्वेष अभिनिवेश.
very good. So avidya is uh, the main root of causing all the smita, rag, dvesh, abhinimesh. Okay. So when the sadhak, when the practitioner, while in the yoga sadhana, when the person gaining the pragya or as like ritambhara pragya, so the person is removing avidya from inside from the chitta. The all types of kleshas is automatically removing from the chitta also. Okay. And the next is karmashay or reincarnation is given in 12 only 12. And the kind of misery is a parinam, tapa, and the sanskara. The parinam is the result and the consequences. Uh, and the tapa is acute suffering. Tapa is like a tapodvanda sahanam. In the simple in one word we can also say जिस उद्देश्य से हमको the person is understanding not.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
I'm saying in this batch you are only English batch or understanding Hindi also.
Ma'am, you can use if you.
No problem. Here is the skara is the impression is depend upon did in the previous
Ma'am,
work and anyone.
ma'am, your voice is not audible and it's breaking in between.
It's breaking, ma'am, your voice.
Okay, my voice is okay. Right. Is my voice is clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So here the cause of hair. There is the for the he, hetu, han, and the hanopaya is given in the some sadhan pad is the most important is the he. He means dukh, misery. Hetu means the karan. Dukh ka karan. Drista drist sanyog hai hetu. And han means moksha. Deva. Yes. Han means Kaivalya and the Hanopaya, the uh, कारण उसकी मोक्ष का पाने का कारण to attain the moksha, the what is the reason or the cause of behind that the Hanopaya. Here the four stages of gunas is of prakriti is a 2/19 vishesh avishesh ling aling vishesh avishesh ling matra lingani guna pravani. Okay. And the properties of Purusha is 2/21. The role of Prakriti after liberation. Here is the role of Prakriti is भोग और मोक्ष। ओके, ये दोनों के लिए जो प्रकृति का रोल है हेयर है यहाँ पे दिया गया है। हेयर इज द गिवन द रोल ऑफ प्रकृति। इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द प्रैक्टिशनर व्हाट दे वांट इन हिज लाइफ। जिनको भोग करना है उनको भोग करवाता है, जिनको मोक्ष प्राप्त करना है ये उनके लिए भी सहायक है। एंड व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ प्रकृति आफ्टर द लिबरेशन ऑफ द प्रैक्टिशनर? So, and is given in 2/21. The next is the cause of union avidya. Drishta drist. Here is the same thing. Sayogya hetu. And the definition of hana, vivekhyati, the stage of enlightenment, 2/27. And the way of achieve vivek gyan, the stanga yoga. So the vivek gyan is the important to release all the kind of Panch Kalesha. Okay, avidya is the main cause, main root of all the klesas. And when the practitioner remove avidya while attaining the vivek gyan, vivek khyati, से कहते हैं जैसे जैसे प्रज्ञा जागृत होती है अविद्या वैसे वैसे नाश होता जाता है। ठीक है, सो द cause of attain vivek gyan is the astang yoga is given here. Okay, so Ashtanga Yoga is for the lower level of practitioner, is starting from the very root level like Yama, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar. Already we have discussed the five types of out of 8 limbs of yoga. The five is comes under the Vahirang sadhana, and the next Dharana Dhyan Samadhi is jump into the Vibhuti Pad. There is the started third chapter here, Vibhuti Pad, Dharana Dhyan Samadhi, that is also called Antarang sadhana. And what is Sanyam here? Dharana Sanyam, it becomes when the Dharana Dhyan Samadhi becomes once in all one object, it becomes Sanyam. So Vibhuti means the simple things. Vibhuti means the सिद्धियां। हम कहते हैं ना उसको ये विभूति प्राप्त है, ये सिद्धियां प्राप्त है, is it? And we can say no. So here the how many siddhis, how many vibhutis the practitioner attains when there is the concentration level is only one pointedness is dharana dhyan samadhi. Okay. So Nirodh Parinam, Samadhi Parinam or Ekagrata Parinam is a given in 9, 11, 12 in the third chapter of Yoga Darshan. What is Nirodh Parinam, what is Samadhi, and what is Ekagrata Parinam, and what happens in this kind of Parinam. Like निरोध परिणाम में क्या होता है, समाधि में जब व्यक्ति पहुंचता है तब क्या होता है, and what happens the practitioner attains the एकाग्रता परिणाम. Okay. So simple meaning is that the in ekagrata parinam it is called ekagrata. Shift mood, shift ekagra niruddh. You remember, no? So in ekagrata parinam the person attains the sampragyat or niruddh. It is called asampragyat. So what happens the person attains the sampragyat or what happens the person attains the nirodh parinam, that is asampragyat. Okay, so the parinam is the how is it working here? It's a given the mentioned here 9, 11 and 12. And the next is application of this parinamas is a dharma, lakshana and avastha. How many types of parinama and how it's work in the person in the path of yoga. What is dharma, what is lakshan, what is avastha is all we will read in future. The next one is the form of dharma or a dharmi. What is dharma and what is dharmi? The next is accomplishments of a psychic power. From here, it is started the all types of siddhiya, all types of vibhutis is given. What happens the when the person attains the knowledge of past and future? What happens the person attains all the speeches, all the kinds of languages? Okay, the what happens when the practitioner attains the previous word? Okay, knowledge of others' mind, invisibility, the time of death, feelings, hidden power, knowledge, solar, lunar. Just given the 1 second to me. Battery is low. and so all kinds of vibhutis is given here. Okay, we will read in details when we'll study the third chapter. Okay, so from here it is started the Kaivalya path. See, the one more thing is that here many like a Rishi Muni or very जो ज्ञानी होते हैं they used to say that Yog Darshan is a completed or the over in the third chapter only. But why the Maharshi Patanjali need to mention the fourth one, Kaivalya? When you listen the Satyajit Arya is a very famous person in the Arya Samaj, does the speech on the YouTube, the many videos available on the YouTube. Many persons is also say that Yoga Sutra is a completely over in the from the third chapter because after describing or explaining all kinds of vibhutis, they finally say the attainment of Kaivalya is a complete here vibhuti path, but not it's a not it's one time also here it's a not in true. The if Yog Darshan is a over or a completed in the Vibhuti path only, so why here need to explain the Kaivalya path? Okay, but when we read or study the Kaivalya path, we see the how many important things is given or explaining in Kaivalya path, like source of siddhi, how many types of sources of siddhis, and how many types of karmas, and the most important thing is that also here um the sources of vasana, how vasana creates, how it storage in the chitta, and how it is created like a brittis, and how the thoughts, the vichar, you know, कैसे उठते हैं और ये संग्रहित कैसे होते हैं. All these things is given in very details in Kaivalya. And the next is the past and the future exist, Karya Karan Siddhant. And the next is original form of dharma and the cessation of distinctions. And the dharma make samadhi is a very important for the exam purpose. 4/29 is the given here. This next is the result of dharma make samadhi. What happens? The person attains the dharma make samadhi. The next is a karma, and after explaining all these things in details, that in the last Maharshi Patanjali and the explaining the Kaivalya, the 4/34. Here the you can here the complete of all four chapter here. So this is the introduction of Yog Darshan. We will read in details from tomorrow, the same time. If you have any questions, you may please ask. किसी का कोई सवाल है कुछ related to this Yog Darshan only? Yes. Okay. So if you understand all the introduction of related to Yog Darshan here, from tomorrow the same time we will start the from the first chapter Samadhi Pad. Okay. So you all don't have any types of questions, so shall we over the class? Okay. Do Shanti part. Tasato ma sadigamaya. Om Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya. Om Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.